So my name is Victoria Kroll, and by day I am an operations manager at Google. And what I do for more of what I would say is my passion is I'm the president of the Junior League of San Jose. So it's a nonprofit women's organization. We're in our 55th year, and it's really focused on women's leadership development.
Beautiful. Excellent. So I have five questions for you today, and we'll start with number one. Where in your life have you allowed fear to limit your opportunities?
So I was thinking about this one a little bit because I'd gotten your questions and was, prepping. And I think it was really when I was working. I was a working professional, but I hadn't earned my bachelor's degree yet. So I earned my bachelor's degree after I'd already been married, had 2 kids, and had been, working for a number of years. And there were times when I didn't really put myself out there because I thought, well, I don't have my degree. I know that I can do this. I know that I've got the skill. I know that I've got the experience, but I don't want to go through that experience of being rejected because I don't have this piece of paper that says, you did this and you graduated when you were, 21 years old and didn't really have a lot of business experience. And so I would start to second guess, well, am I actually, qualified because I don't have this qualification that companies say that they need. And at the time, right before I earned my bachelor's degree, about 6 months before I graduated, I was actually hired at Google. And it was really, really validating. And I want to say that was sort of the point at which I stopped saying, well, you don't have your degree. It was like, you know what? I got hired at Google and I hadn't earned my degree yet. But yes, there was just a time where I would second guess myself because I just thought there are these external qualifications that other people think I need to have, even though I knew that I could do, whatever it was.
Yeah, excellent. So what do you think is the greatest contributor to your success?
I loved this question because it really made me think about it. And it was like, well, what is it? And if I had to just sum it up, I would say it's like this unending desire to learn. I think I'm always going to be one of those people that's like, I know I don't know everything. I can grow so much more. I could, earn a master's degree in something and still feel like, well, there's so much I don't know about this field, right? And so I think it's just this big desire to learn. If I get into a conversation with someone and they're talking about their field or something they're passionate about, I just have so many questions. I just love to soak up information. And so I think that's really, really what it is. I don't know. Yeah.
That's great. I can totally, relate to this. As you can see behind me, I have read all these books. If you could wave a magic wand, what would have to happen in the workplace for you to have left a lasting legacy?
Yes. So I was thinking about this more from the perspective of the Junior League versus Google, and thinking about it as an organization that really, we've got this 3-part mission, which is to promote volunteerism, develop the potential of women, and improve the community. And I think that people do really, really great things when they feel valued and they feel like an important part of the team, the process, whatever it is that they're in, just the organization at large. And so it would be to have, just the magic wand would be to have this culture within the Junior League where everybody just feels this true sense of inclusion and belonging, because we might, spend so much time trying to draw people in and inviting them to things, but they can still walk away not really feeling like they belong. And so I think there's so much more awareness now around people have many, if you're looking for similarities, you're going to find them. But if you're looking for differences, you're going to find them as well. And what I love about people is that everybody's so different. There's no 2 people who were born to do the exact same thing. They don't have the exact same gifts or experiences and perspectives. And so it would be to consider that everybody is really different, but they have a gift. They have a gift to offer the world. And they're not going to be able to do that if they don't feel like they're important and they belong in that organization. And so it would be for that, for every single member in the Junior League to just feel like, yes, I belong here, I matter, and you belong too. And, oh, you're interested in us, you belong too. And just have people really feel like, oh, I found my home because I am unique and I am this way and I belong. it's not like you have to just think about the similarities or think, oh, we all care about the community, or we all, we're all women, or yeah, I think I love networking events where they say, try to find things that you have in common. And I do think that's great. It's a great way to bond and connect with people. But I'm just recognizing that there's so much that people feel like, oh, I'm different. No one must think this way, or no one must be like this. And that's so isolating. And that is why I think sometimes people don't feel like they belong, because they don't want to admit some of those things. And so it would just be this environment where you are the way you are and you belong, and it doesn't matter what you tell us, like, you belong. So that was a bit of a long answer.
But I love the answer. It's absolutely true. And I support 100%. So looking 3 years down the road, what's your vision for your future, for yourself, and also for your career?
Yes. So also I loved all of your questions. So thought-provoking. And it was so good to really be introspective and take some time to think about these. So for me, it was thinking about, I love my job at Google, by the way. But would I do it if I weren't getting paid? Probably not. I love so many aspects of it, and it's so great, but I would really love to be doing more of what I feel like is the side hustle, which is the nonprofit world and work and things that are more kind of focused on the community. And that's why Google's so great, because I really do think they're trying to do things that are great for the world. But the actual day-to-day work I do isn't necessarily something that I'm like, oh, I've got to get up today and go do this thing, So it would be really to do more of the work that is connecting with people. I've been looking into sort of these psychology programs and trying to understand people better. And I feel like I really want to get into work that is more like that, with what I've seen in the junior league and seeing with our members and then the community that we're supporting. I'm understanding the importance of being able to understand what motivates people and drives them. And similar to your book, what holds them back in moments where it's like, you've got all of this potential. How can I help you sort of unlock that? And so it would be to be doing work that's really more focused on helping other people be them best selves. So if I could take the junior league work and just do that all the time, it would be great. And the reason why I really like that, in addition to the fact that it's like something that just like sets me on fire and is the thing that I wake up every day thinking, like, it's like, what am I going to do today? I've got these other things, and it's just motivating, and it makes me excited to sort of think about that to-do list. But I want my kids to see that you can do work that you're really excited about, and doesn't have to feel like, well, I've got to go to work. When I talk to my kids about junior league, I say things like, I get to do this. This is the thing that makes me really excited. Like, my daughter is 4 and she's into unicorns, but my son is 7. He's very into art. He's very good. He's so good. And I want him to recognize, if you want to be an artist, go be an artist. You don't have to go sort of the stable route, or, you can figure out how to do what you're really, really passionate about. And so I want them to see that I'm doing that it's possible, and that your life is really rich when you do that. So that's what I really, really would like to see for myself a few years from now, and have a few ideas and some things that I'm starting to sort of plan, thinking about that. But yeah.
That's great. Wonderful. So in 1 word or 3, what is your fearless factor?
Oh, 1 word or 3. Okay. So this is where I had written a couple notes, and at first, my first word was, I thought it was a hyphenated word. It was self-belief. But then I started thinking a little bit more, and I thought, no, there are times where maybe I doubt myself. But I think what it really is like truly believing that I am resilient, and there's no situation, there's no horrible thing that is really going to keep me down. And so I think it's just like, so it's sort of a combination of the two. It's like this self-belief in my own resilience. So knowing that there's going to be hard situations, there are going to be things that are going to happen, when I have to make a decision or lead a group through a decision or something, it's knowing we're doing this for the right reasons. And even if there's, bad reactions or backlash, it is like that resilience, and just like knowing, like, I'll be able to get through this, like, it will be okay. And so that's sort of the thing that I think gives me the permission to be like, it's okay to be, it's almost like it's okay to be afraid, so that you are like presenting yourself as like, feel like I'm going to go through this thing because I know I'm going to be okay. So I don't know if it would be just like resilience or if it would be that like self-belief in resilience or something, but it's kind of that like little, that magic little combination of those two thoughts,
Well, I
I
think
guess.
it totally lines up with my belief, which is that being fearless is not the absence of fear, but the courage to take the next step.
Right.
And I have a tagline that says, "Be fearless, see where it gets you." So, you know, the see where it gets you piece is the resilience that you're speaking to, and part of that is the faith and belief that, yeah, no matter what, I'm gonna get through this and I'll get to the other side of it, which is really what resilience is all about. So
Yeah.
that's fabulous. I am going to stop the recording now.